Welcome to World War II, Don Davies.
The 6th Guard Tanks Brigade were comprised of the Scots Guards, the Grenadier Guards and the Coldstream Guards. Don was attached to the 4th Coldstream Guards as a signalman. He was inside the Churchill tanks. Now the Scots Guards, the same morning, they're all attacking this southerly route from Como down towards Saint-Martin-de-Bessac. Apologies for the pronunciation. Les Loges here is just down this road. The Scots Guards take that with a horrific fight, stern opposition, but they take that this morning at about 9:30. Just outside Septvent now, you can see it dips down into the dale there, and then up on the ridgeline there, that's German positions. That's where they're attacking to. The Germans can see them come in. There would have been mist down here, but the noise, the furore from all these tank regiments pushing their way south, the Germans would have known they were on their way.
Hedgerows and tree lines were lined with machine gun nests. Minefields everywhere.
I'm in Vonay now, just past La Maréchesse. There was some enemy fire there, but they've successfully completed phase 1 now. The Grenadiers have made it this far. They're at the foot of Hill 309. They've backed off slightly because Lancaster bombers and Halifax bombers, they're coming in, they're scheduled to be in and dropping bombs on Hill 309, the next objective. The infantry have been held up. They're stuck back, way back before La Maréchesse. That's because German infantry have been allowing the tanks to pass without firing on them. Then the machine guns open up on the infantry. You need infantry support when you're driving in tanks in this terrain, otherwise the enemy infantry can easily engulf your tanks. That's why they backed off. They let the planes come in, batter Hill 309. They're waiting for the infantry, but there's no sign of them. The order comes, press on regardless. And as the diaries state, it's highly unorthodox. German positions in Bois de Homme, just ahead of me now, are being heavily attacked by that aerial bombardment. There's been a creeping barrage of Royal Artillery raining down throughout the morning. The Coldstream Guards are about to attack.
The Germans consider Hill 309 too steep for tanks, but the Churchills are ploughing on.
You can see the woodlands there. The Germans are dug in. I'm sorry I'm puffing, this is a steep little climb up to the top. The Coldstream Guards are now on the attack, pressing their advantage up to the top of the hill. I'm now on Hill 309, just near the summit. There's a memorial plaque here to the Coldstream Guards who were lost taking this peak. Hill 309 stands for the 309 meters of altitude at the top. It's a hot day today. It's 32 degrees Celsius. It's been a punchy climb to come up here on the bike, but hats off to those guys in their Churchill tanks, driving up here, facing enemy fire. It's notes in the regimental diaries that the ground was extremely boggy. One of the tanks rolled over and a grenade within the tank went off. It wounded 3 of the tank crew. There's 5 in there in total. Lieutenant Casanovi went to seek medical support. When he came back to the tank, the Germans had surrounded it and they took him as captured. Now the rest of Coldstream Guards keep on pushing up the hill. There's not too much resistance at the top. The German infantry have had to pull back, having seen the tanks come towards them. And we can see why. This is the open ground. Right in front of me is Como that we were in earlier. The Americans took Como on the 13th of June. It's now the 31st of July. So it's taken that time to build up the resources in order to attack further into Normandy. This was the first major battle for the Coldstream Guards. The hill is now known as Coldstream Hill and Hill 309 in their honour. This is the second monument to Coldstream Hill. It's dedicated to the guys who fought their way up here on the 30th of July and the 31st, 1944. From here, I'm going to be heading north back to Caen to catch a train via Paris to Rotterdam. For the guys of Coldstream Guards, they were heading south towards Estuary, and again a further battle to take Estuary. The loop is now closing. The Operation Cobra from the American side is pushing south and then east. The Brits with Operation Bluecoat are pressing south from here, and again they're trying to take Caen and head further south from Caen in order to close the noose at the Falaise Gap.
Thank you for watching World War II, Don Davies.